What's going on, my eccentric units? It's the Sentiment here. So this is my movie review of Batman from 1989. The last superhero film review I did on this channel was last summer when I reviewed Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man from 2002, because it was the 20th anniversary of that film. I haven't reviewed a superhero film ever since. Before I did the review of Spider-Man from 2002, I think the last superhero film I reviewed on this channel was Spider-Man Far From Home from 2019. That was from the summer of 2021. That was wrapping up the MCU movie review series. And speaking of the MCU movie review series, is coming back because Phase 4 is now just wrapped up. And I need to address, Phase 5 and Phase 6 of the MCU, plus talking about the MCU Disney Plus shows for this year. I say this year, and I don't know about 2024, but that will be this Friday. Stay tuned for that, and later on in the year, because this year marks the 10-year anniversary of the DC extended universe. That's the DC EU. Almost forgot the name of it. It's the 10-year anniversary. I'm gonna do a DCEU movie review series. The first movie to kick off that universe was Man of Steel. That'll be later on in the year, so stay tuned. A lot of superhero content for this year. The second series of What If and Loki and other Disney Plus shows, and plus series 3 review of Titans. Wow. And yeah, I will review non-superhero films and TV shows for this channel for this year. The one show I'm going to review, this is just like a full-on series review, not episode by episode. It'll be the recent series of Waterloo Road. That will be probably like maybe next week or the week after. Yeah, also stay tuned for that. And also, don't know what movie review I want to review next, like outside of the superhero genre. There's a lot I want to talk about. What kind of non-superhero film I want to talk about. That'll be in the future. So anyway, let's talk about this movie, Batman from 1989. Before we get to the actual review of this film, I like Batman as a kid. My first memory of Batman was the Batman animated series from the 90s. And then you got the, not the Batman and Robin, from the 60s with Adam West and Burt Ward and, what's it called? Was it Cesar Romero? If that's his name, I'm not too sure. The guy who plays the Joker. No, I'm talking about the animated series of Batman and Robin. The Adventures of Batman and Robin. And then you got the New Adventures of Batman and Robin. That got like Tim Drake's Robin and Batgirl. And then you got Batman in the Future and Justice League Unlimited. Let's see, the Batman, that was from 2004. That was a non-Kevin Conroy Batman show. And another non-Kevin Conroy Batman show was very underrated in my opinion, is Batman Brave and the Bold. Very underrated. My first exposure, my first living memory, is the same thing. My first living memory of Batman, the animated movie, or the films of Batman, was Batman and Robin. With George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell or Chris Donnell, the guy who plays Robin, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Uma Thurman? She plays Poison Ivy in that film. That was my first living memory of Batman. And then when I got older, I grew up watching the Dark Knight films. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight from 2008, and The Dark Knight Rises from 2012. And the last live-action Batman film I saw was the recent Batman film from last year. I will really want to review that film. And yeah, you have to wait. But anyway, so that's the reason why I talk about this, because I was a fan of Batman, because I grew up watching Kevin Conroy's Batman. It's a shame that he's no longer with us. And when I heard the news that Kevin Conroy was dead, I was shocked, because he was one of the best voice actors of all time. Oh, no, actors, my apologies. He was the best voice actor of all time, alongside Mark Hamill. And I might do one day a video, my favorite voice actors of all time. That's in the future. So anyway, let's talk about this movie, Batman from 1989. This is way past my prime. This was way not past my prime, but it's way before my time, I'm trying to say, because this film, like I said, this is from 1989. I was born in 1994. 5 years after this film, and 2 years after the sequel. I'll get to that probably next time when I review Batman. Was it Batman Returns? Anyway, so this film, Batman, directed by Tim Burton. I'm not really say a big fan of his films. I watched some of his films. They're good. Like, here's the favorites. I like Sweeney Todd. That was from, was it 2007, 2008? In that time, I saw that same time period. That stars Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, the late Alan Rickman. Was it Sacha Baron Cohen? Was it Timothy Spall? And then I like Edward Scissorhands. That stars also Johnny Depp. And was it Winona Ryder? And also I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. Might review Stranger Things in the future. Think. See. The Corpse Bride. Also stars Johnny Depp. That's a point with Tim Burton. He always has Johnny Depp to be in his movies. I don't know what the reason why. Maybe he's his favorite actor to work with. Anyway, so I do my research on the backstory, behind the scenes about this movie being made. I think it's the first time they did a live action Batman thing since the 60s, 70s, under that was in the era of Adam West and Burt Ward, and then after that never done a Batman film or anything related to Batman ever since. I think they did like a Batman and Robin show back in the 80s. That was an anime cartoon. This is before the animated series of Batman from the 90s. And I think like at the time they had no. I think like Hollywood had no idea, but they had no plans to do a Batman film. And they did like this. I think like this film's based on a novel. I think it's based on the Dark Knight Returns novel. And also this was like based on another Batman novel called The Last Laugh. That's also went on to become a movie from what year they made that movie? 2017, 2018? In that sort of time period. Maybe 2016, I'm not really sure on it. It's one or the other, so it's based on some Batman novels from the mid-90s. This film was in the, not late 90s, late 80s, my apologies. Those Batman novels was released. This movie was released in the late 80s. I think the reason why they got Tim Burton, because the success of Beetlejuice, never seen that. I can't have an opinion of Beetlejuice because I've never seen Beetlejuice. Anyway, so the original, I think they were planning to do a Batman movie in I think it was the early 80s, around 83, 84, 85. But you had the original plans. They're gonna have Bill Murray as Batman and Eddie Murphy as Robin. It's just like, yeah, Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy as Batman and Robin. Never gonna work. Like Eddie Murphy, like the guy, he's better off in comedy than doing an action movie. And No, I don't think he's pitted in an action movie. Eddie Murphy. I like him in comedy. He's better suited. Same as Bill Murray. But anyway, I think that was a stupid idea. But it's about the cast of this movie. Um, so anyway, the cast of Batman or Bruce Wayne. We got Michael Keaton. We got Michael Keaton. Oh, anyway, we got Michael Keaton playing the role as Bruce Wayne, Batman. I heard that was like a gamble and controversial because he's played in some comedy movies. Michael Keaton. What's that movie called? Mr. Mum and The Night Shaft. And I heard they did like a lot of like petitions to get him not being Batman, but I think it's kind of pay off. Like when he was playing Batman, I think his voice, like this guy's voice was good. I think the shadows, man, that presence of Batman very underrated. I put him in the middle. There've been better Batmans, like in my opinion, like in the next few years, but he's very underrated. I heard good things about this Batman. I never seen this movie before. Before my time, I heard good things about this movie, but some people will basically uh put this on in a glass ceiling. The glass ceiling in this movie, like this is great, but in reality, it's not really a good movie. It's not really a good movie. It is a good movie, but it's like a 4-star classic or 5-star classic. If I rate this, I'd probably give it a 3. To be fair, but yeah, you know, he did really good. He did really good. Um, Michael Keaton. As Batman, the voice, the bat suit was good. I like that suit. It's very. Over the years, I don't understand why they made the bat suit black. Because when I watched the new Adventures of Batman and the Batman animated series, Batman he wears the gray suit, the black mask, and the black cape. But in this movie, he's all black. I never get it. Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah, just like I think that was based on the Dark Knight Returns novel and TV movie. Good for them. I might review that movie. Should have done it because it was because last year was the 10-year anniversary of this film. So anyway, yeah, him as Batman was good, but him as Bruce Wayne, I think he's the worst. I think he's the worst Bruce Wayne. Like, I can't take him seriously with that hairstyle. I don't know. I don't know if that was a wig. I think he had blonde hair, Michael Keaton. I think he has. I don't know. I don't know. It's brown hair. I think he had blonde hair, Michael Keaton. I'm not too sure, but he dyed his hair black. Can't take him seriously, and he's wearing glasses in this film. Like, like Bruce Wayne doesn't wear glasses, man. The only superhero, or ultra ego superhero wearing glasses is Superman. Clark Kent, but not Bruce Wayne. Clark Kent wears glasses, but not Bruce Wayne. Yeah. I think the worst. I don't know who's the worst Bruce Wayne. For me, I say George Clooney. I don't know about Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, don't know. I'll get to Batman Return or Batman Forever. That was the 1995 film in the future. So, yeah, there were rumors. There was back in the day there were other like top A-list actors, Hollywood actors, auditioning for the role as Batman. There were ideas for like Pierce Brosnan and Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen in an action film, give me a break. Better off being in comedy. Dennis Quaid, Harrison Ford. I don't know. Harrison Ford is a bit kind of old for Batman, but I think him as Batman was the right decision. Don't know if Harrison Ford could be a good Bruce Wayne. Charlie Sheen, no, no. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the cast of this film. So you got Jack Nicholson as Jack Napier, the Joker. I'm gonna be honest, Jack Nicholson's Joker very underrated, man. I really enjoy his Joker. He's really killed this show. He's really killed this, not killed the show, but killed this movie in a good way. I like Jack Nicholson as the Joker. He was entertaining in this film. When people say who's the best Joker, the top two for me has to be Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. In this film, he was like known as Jack Napier. I think they used the name Jack Napier in this film. I don't know. I haven't seen the Joker film from 2019. I give it a miss because they ignore the origin of the Joker. You know, falling into the cat was it the chemical fat in the factory. There was other big names was going for the roles of the Joker. You know, Tim Curry, and I think he had was it Robin Williams? Um, Robin Williams as the Joker. Very different. I think Tim Curry will be a better Joker than Robin Williams. I think he can have that. I think him as Pennywise. I think he plays like Pennywise in that It film, not the remakes, but in the I think it was it the 80s or something. I think he'll probably be a good Joker, Tim Curry, because he had that. You know, it's like this is predates Heath Ledger. You know, in the 80s. You know, if Tim Burton was cast as the Joker, you know, and the one in my opinion should have become the Joker is Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey could be an amazing Joker. I see him more as the Joker than the Riddler from that '95 film. I'll get to that, you know, in the future. But I think Tim Curry and Jim Carrey could be good Jokers, man. But with Jack Nicholson, I think he nailed it in the park. He knocked it out of the park, being this good Joker. He has these good one-liners, so we'll get to those one-liners later on. So we got Basinger, whether you pronounce her name, playing Vicky Vale. She was not the first choice. The first choice was supposed to be this actress. I'm gonna check it right now. Got the phone. Batman, 1889. I think she's called Sean Murray, if that's her name. She's not real. And also one of the producers is Sam, or one of the screenplays is Sam Hamm. I don't know much about him, but see, go to the production. Sorry folks, 1 second. He also had Ray Liotta, John Lithgow, Brad Dourif. Nah, I don't know. I don't know much about him. Ray Liotta, nope. Don't think he'll be a good Joker, man. Anyway, so Sean Young, that's her name. So Basinger was not the original cast choice for to play Vicky Vale, but the original cast for Vicky Vale was an actress called Sean Young. It's funny, like, oh, her first name's Mary. I wish they called Mary Sean Young, but Sean Young was supposed to be the original cast as Vicky Vale, but unfortunately she pulled out of the film because she suffered a horse riding accident. You know, glad she recovered. So Kim Basinger took her place, and I think Basinger went on to have a good career in Hollywood, winning I think it was the Academy Award, Golden Globe Award, Screen Actor Guide. I think she won the Oscars. I don't know if she won an Oscar, and I think she did. I'm not too sure. So her as Vicky Vale for me. She did do nothing for me in this film. I think she's just like this Vicky Vale character. I thought that was just made for the show. Not the show. I thought she was made for the movie, but the character's been around since 1948, I think, and she did do nothing for me. You know, this Vicky Vale character. There's no chemistry between her and Michael in this movie. Like, I'm guessing this character was based. I think it was based. I think this character's supposed to be their version of Lois Lane. like Vicky Vale, Lois Lane, because they got, Lois Lane's got L in her name and Vicky's got V. But here's the difference between Vicky Vale and Lois Lane. I think with Lois Lane, you know, she started to develop a relationship with Superman, Clark Kent, and had feelings but with Clark, Superman. With Vicky Vale, she only cares about, getting, getting Bruce Wayne's, get getting into, getting into. I'm trying to say, getting into Bruce Wayne's pants to get the full story. Because like in the start of this movie, I'll get to that shortly. Anyway, she's not really a love interest character. I'm glad she didn't came back for the sequels. I think it was a waste of time. No disrespect of Kim Basinger. I think she did try, but it has to do with I think it has to be the way how this character was written, and also the dialogue. If the dialogue was better, and maybe she could like fry for it, but instead, I think the dialogue and the characters let me down for me. So anyway, you got Michael Gough as Alfred Pennyworth. I don't have an opinion about Michael Gough as Alfred, because I grew up watching the Dark Knight films from the 2000s into the early 2010s. The best Alfred for me has to be Michael Caine. The worst one for me has to be Jeremy Irons, but it has to do with the lack of screen time for Irons in the Dawn of Justice film from 2016, and also Justice League and the uncut, not uncut, the Zack Snyder cut. I haven't put him in the worst. In the middle for me, it has to go with Andy Serkis. I might review that Batman movie from last year in the future. But anyway, you got Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. Like, I know who Billy D. Williams are because he plays Lando Calrissian in that Star Wars film, Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. He played Mayor Harvey Dent. I heard there's reports that they're saving Two-Face from a future film that will be in Batman Returns from 1995, 6 years later. But instead, Harvey Dent moved on. Moved on. Not Harvey Dent. Sorry, my apologies. Billy D. Williams moved on, and Tommy Lee Jones was cast as Harvey Dent Two-Face. So I don't know if Harvey Dent did return for that film. Would he be a good Two-Face? Don't know. Him, I don't know. I'm not using I'm not using race. I'm gonna move away from it. I wish he was called someone else, but calling himself Harvey Dent and not using that character, because I think it's for the best, because sometimes doing a Batman film with two villains, sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's mostly a miss, because I think that main villain is overperformed the second villain. So I don't know. Pat Hingle as Pat Hingle as Commissioner James Gordon. I think he was wasted in the Batman franchise from the 90s. Never liked him. I think he's just been wasted, not being utilized, the character, because the best Commissioner Gordon for me has to be Gary Oldman from the Dark Knight trilogy. I like Jeffrey White from that Batman film. Like I said, you have to wait until I review that Batman film from last year. So, yeah, I think it's been wasted. You got Robert Wall as Knox. What's it called? Alexander Knox, who works with the the newspaper. Like, less about the start of the plot. So they introduced Batman really well in this film. Like, oops, sorry, it's a message. Anyway, I'll read that after I'm done making this review. Anyway, so Um, I think they did a good job I think they did a good job introduce the Batman character from the big first scene. Like the first scene, you had this couple, not a couple, like this mom and the dad and the kid. They're leaving. They're trying to get like a taxi. Some other person beat them to the taxi. Then they're going into a alleyway, and then they got about to get mugged by like I think there were two thugs, and one of the thugs hit the tourist dad with the back part of the gun, and then they went up to one of the top of the buildings, and then Batman showed up. They shoot Batman, but instead it backfired on them because Batman's suit is bulletproof. Yeah, they beat down the thugs. One of them says, "Who are you?" and Batman says, "I'm Batman." I think in this film they did the bat turn. People like it. That was iconic, the bat turn. Yeah, the police officers, denying and baffled in denying the Batman reports. The only one seeking out the story is Vicky Vale and Knox. Anyway, so you got Jack Palance also playing as Carl Grissom, this crime boss. We'll get to him a little shortly. You got Jerry Hall. I think he's one of the not screenplay. I think he's one of the producers of this film, playing Alicia Hunt. And the most notable for Jerry Hunt is dating what's her name? What's his name? What's his name? The rock star Mick Jagger and Rupert Murdoch, the billionaire tycoon. She plays Alicia Hunt, and she's like Grissom's like mistress. Anyway, so he made out with Napier in this early parts of the film. And then you got like this character called not William, what's his name? Max Urquhart. That's his name, Urquhart. Sorry, I can't really pronounce his name properly, but they kind of misused him in this film. Like, let's talk about the origin of the Joker. So they went to, I think they were trying to rob the some money from the chemical factory, and I think Grissom set Napier up, like they give him the massive tip for the police, and stitch him up because he made out with his was it Jerry Hall? I call him Julian Hall. I meant Jerry Hall. My apologies, Jerry Hall, character. So Urquhart. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Played by William Hootkins. He got shot. He didn't really. They kind of misused that character. I thought he was working with the police, and he's basically this biased, crooked cop. And they never done nothing to this character. He got killed he had about 2-3 minutes screen time in this film. And Napier says like, "Hey, Urquhart, remember the future, or think about the future." He has some good one-liners. The Joker, Jack Napier. He shot him dead, and that's it. He's not like played a massive part of this film. I wish they had more screen time to flesh out the character. And also with Grissom, he was kind of there. Anyway, I think they did a good job of the Joker origin. Like in some clips I saw, you had Joker wearing the Red Hood helmet. It got me thinking. Red Hood is Jason Todd. How he's the Joker? I don't. It beats me. So anyway, Napier was about to shoot Batman, and the bullet kind of ricocheted off Batman's arm gauntlet and shot it into the machine. And then I think Napier's face was cut. It must be like the steam, and also the glass went through his face, graze his face, and fall into the tub. He falls off the ledge, and then he ended up falling into the vat of chemical, not fat but vat of chemicals, and then he begins the Joker. And then out comes his hand. It's all white. His skin's now bleach. And now he's trying to get some, plastic surgery to fix his face, but unfortunately it backfired on him. he ended up have this prim like this grim on his face. He's got white skin, green hair, and he asks his surgeon for the mirror. And for years, I watched the Simpsons episode of Lisa getting braces, you know, and at least start laughing. That's also referencing this Batman film. Like I said, I think he did a good job. Nicholson playing the role as the Joker. Like, I think the one-liners are good, and also some people criticize the violence of this film. Like, in one scene of this episode, you had, I think he's in this, he killed Grissom, like, he has to because he set him up and led up to getting his men and, like, help Joker, like, build his empire. And anyway, so he killed this one of his suits of ties, like with his Joker buzzer. You know, like if you go to a joke shop, you know, you got the the buzzer on your hand. If you shake someone's hand, you give him a nasty shock. You hold his hand so hard, long, and hard, and end up like he's burnt. I think what's his name? Antoine. He's called. And when he's like when Joker or Napier, I'll call him the Joker by the way. When the Joker refused to let go of his hand, he's set fry to a crisp. That was like hardcore shit. And he stabbed someone with the I think he stabbed someone with the feather pen. You know, and his one-liners are good, really good. He said to Hunt, you know, Alicia Hunt, you know, Grissom's mistress says, "Honey, guess what's happening to me today?" And she fainted. And also like Kim Basinger's character also fainted in this film. Like in one scene of this film, like she's opened the box and out comes the Joker hand with the roses. That was kind of funny. Anyway, so yeah, Nicholson's one-liners are good. Like a great example, like when he stabbed, what's it called, Vincent, like outside City Hall with the pen. He said the pen was it the feather? Was it the feather or the pen? I think it says the feather is most mightier than the sword, or the pen is most mightier than the sword. That was good, and also he said to Bruce with the gun, and he said it, and the line also said it in the last moments of the film. Like he said, Jack, you had Jack or Joker said to Bruce that you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, and also said never rub another man's rhubarb. Man, his one-liners are so good. I like Jack Nicholson's Joker, man. Very underrated. Like he's got to be the best number two. I mean, like the Jokers of the year, I'm not gonna rate Joaquin Phoenix's Joker because I've never seen it. I see the front two for me has to go with Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. Jared Leto's Joker was a letdown. It's not his performance, his dialogue. He never got that screen time in that Suicide Squad film from 2016. I think it was a waste of the Joker in that film because it's revolved around Harley Quinn. It's just what it is. It's the damn shame. I think it could be a good Joker, man. I think people shit on Jared Leto. I heard people were crapping on his performance in Mobius. That's a film I want to review next time, or when I get to review Mobius, man. But, because I've seen that film last year, man. I've seen Batman. I've seen Spider-Man: No Way From Home. I've seen three films. And the last film I saw was Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh, also we'll get to those films in the future. So anyway, so get back to the topic. So like the musical score. The musical score in this film was good. I think it's won an Oscar or something. Or this movie won an Oscar or something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think I liked. I think there was one song called Trust that was sung by like Prince is called, and Prince is where there was a musical video. I look it up for my preparation for this review of this film. That he did he did that dance. He was wearing the Joker's makeup. Like there was one song because Joker is in that museum, trashing the place, and I can't remember what it's called. I think that's also sung by Prince. It's good to see Prince. Doing those part of the soundtrack of Batman. Like I don't know if there were original plans to have Michael Jackson doing it. It would probably good to have Michael Jackson doing those songs like Trust or something. Michael, you're funny. It got me in my mind. Michael Jackson wearing Joker makeup. Man, it got me. It's like parts. It rings me in the head. I got like that, just like bell, that giant like light bulb, like buzzing in my head. Like Michael Jackson. I wish Michael Jackson did also did it instead of Prince. Anyway, So anyway, let's talk about Vicky Vale, man. Like I said, she is so generic, and she's like I said, it reminds me of Gwen Stacy in that Amazing Spider-Man film, or films, 1 and 2. She reminds me of just Mary Jane with blonde hair. Like I said, she's just like in this film, she is the damsel of distress, and and also she mostly scream a lot in this film. It's just like, what the hell's going on? Like, she's uninteresting for me. Maybe I wasn't around in the 80s. Like I said, I was born in 1994. But yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe like, Basinger went on to have a good career in Hollywood, but I think this is not her best film. That's my opinion on her. So like, see, I think the Batmobile, I'm gonna be honest, that Batmobile in that film was badass, man. I don't like the Batmobiles in recent Batman films, in the Dark Knight trilogy films. Like, they call it the Tumbler. That's absolute, like, bogus. That was absolute bogus. That was bogus, that Batman mobiles from that Dark Knight films, and plus that Batmobile from the the DCEU films in Dawn of Justice and Justice League. I don't know about the Batmobile from the recent Batman film. My memory's a bit fuzzy. Not fuzzy, but kind of wiped, because it's been 1 year since I saw that film, or almost 1 year since I saw this film. But that Batmobile was good. I used to have a Batmobile as a kid. That was from that Batman and Robin film. But I like that Batmobile. Looks in that film. I'm talking about Batman 1989. It looks badass. I like the Batwing was cool. That was sick. Let's talk about the flaws about this. Like I said, Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne didn't do it. I think he was just generic. He's not like Bruce Wayne plays like 2 or 3 versions of him. Like, he plays the man behind the bat. I thought the motto of him. That's the nickname of Batman, the man of the bat or something. I can't remember. For Bruce Wayne, outside of the Wayne Manor, he's this playboy billionaire, and he's this not emo, but kind of like it's still the memory of his parents getting killed off. It's still a raw memory to him. We never got that with that character. He's just too generic as Bruce Wayne. Like I said, it's a mixed bag of him being Bruce Wayne, even though he's a good Batman, but as Bruce Wayne, he's a bit eh. And also, there's 3 like moments of this low point of the film really pissed off a lot of Batman fans. Like, seeing like Napier's the one to be the one who kills Batman's parents as a kid. If you know the origin of Batman, the real killer of Thomas and Martha Wayne is Joe Chill. Being Jack Napier be the one who kills Batman parents as a kid, that was just like, the presentation of it was good, but like, if it was a nightmare sequence, I'll be like, okay. But at the same time, like, Napier being the one killing Batman, that's false. Like, the presentation was good, seeing, like, the origin of Batman's parents getting killed off. Like, the next time they did that was Batman Begins, I think I'm glad they, over the next few years, like, the reboot, I'm glad they ignore the origin. I will say that when I review Batman 2022, but I'm glad they ignore it because you can't keep beating the fans over the head of Batman's origin. Like in the intro of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, you see the bullet and the pearls. Yeah, I think they did. I think they recreate Batman's the Joe Chill parents' murder from 1995. I'm not too sure. Like I said, it's been a long time since I saw these films. Um, it's still, it's similar to it's like seeing like Uncle Ben's parents, Uncle Ben. My apologies, Spider-Man's or Peter Parker's Uncle Ben getting killed off. We've seen it twice. We won't see it a third time. I'm glad they ignored it in the MCU. And also Bruce Banner becoming the Hulk, and also for the upcoming Fantastic Four film, we don't see like the members of Fantastic Four, experiment going wrong. We've seen that. We've been there, done that. Move on. Anyway, so and also Alfred letting Vicky Vale into the Batcave. Yeah, it's like that's stupid. Like I said, I think Vicky Vale is trying to get into Bruce Wayne's pants and reveal the secret. I'm glad she did not reveal the secret. That's like, you know, that's like that was a right move. Like I said, there's no chemistry on screen between Batman and Vicky or Bruce and Vicky. Like, I forgot to. There's one main plan for the Joker. We'll get to that shortly. So, like, that's absolutely stupid. Like I said, there's no. Yeah, it's just out of nowhere. But anyway, and also Batman kills in this film. That was absolutely stupid. Like he killed like one of Joker's guys in the bell tower. It was a big black guy. Basically, he thought he'd throw Batman off, but instead he kind of I say scissor locked him off the tower, and also killing the Joker in the end. Um, that was not the idea of Batman because Batman doesn't kill. And also, I'll get to that shortly. I'll get back to it shortly. Anyway, so um, Joker's main plan, he went into the chemical factory, the same place that he had that accident. He kind of like made his own products, kind of any kind of like cheminize. I'm trying to use that. What's the main one? Cheminize. He use it to make his own product, and when someone used that Joker's product, they end up like laughing to death. That's the Joker's like if you watch Batman over the years, not the film but the animated series of Batman, Joker uses gas to make people like laugh to death. They did that. The one scene like this news reporter used one of the Joker's product, and she ended up laughed to death. There was gas when Joker did like this carnival scene. I think that seeing like the grim, that was kind of funny, but at the same time, kind of like, oh my god, that's a bit gruesome and like and not spooky, freak. It's scary. I'm trying to say scary. I'm trying to the word. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, Batman killing the Joker was a wrong decision. Like Batman, before that you had and also Joker says, "I made you, you made me," because it's kind of true. Like seeing like Batman did create the Joker, the fighting in the chemical factory, and he's the one who created the Joker, like in the Batman show from in 2004, the animated show. He created Mr. Freeze. Get to I don't want to. Oh, that was I'm brief talking about that. You know. But with the Joker, he did create the Joker. Fighting the thugs in the chemical factory, and yeah, and you know, and he didn't save them. I think he said it's never hard to get over it. It's true. He never got over it. Like he's not gonna be the same person ever again. If he escaped one piece, is he gonna be the Joker with wearing just wearing normal face paint instead of getting his actual skin and bleach? We don't know. So anyway, so yeah, he got killed off. Before that he had uh, like there was a was it the circus music in the background in the bell tower scene, and also in the scene when Joker kills Grissom. Is this I think it was a circus theme or circus music or circus type music in this you can find it on the soundtrack of Batman. But anyway, dancing Vicky Vale, um I think she was not intoxicated or passed out or something. And then when she kind of snapped out, she's kind of flirting with the Joker and then kissing his boot, kissing his his trademark purple jacket. She said, "I like a man wearing purple," and going behind the bell. It's like got me thinking like he's giving the Joker a blowjob. Like like come on now, I know it's like I think they let this I've heard people like don't like this film because of the violence, but I think they're not like come on now, let's not go too far. Like I know they're trying to push the envelope, appeal for not just the kids. I think this film's most mentally for all ages, like kids and adults. Anyway, so yeah, like um yeah, so yeah, you kind of like Batman and Vicky kind of dangling on the top of was it the Gotham Cathedral, and then his crew, his goons are in a helicopter, like lowering down the ladder onto the helicopter. Joker's about to escape. Batman using his grappling gun, like wrap the grappling gun, the ropes of the grappling gun onto Joker's legs and tied it. I think he tied it onto this gargoyle statue pillar on top of the church, and he falls down to his death, and it's just like that's totally against the Batman character. I think it pissed off a lot of Batman fans of the film because Batman, I think I heard that Batman, like in the old comics, that he kills, but I glad they changed the direction of the character, like not to kill, because just because he killed the villain, his opposition kills, doesn't mean he needs to do the same thing. I think like have him kill, and also he kills Joker's minions or goons, blow up the chemical factory. That was just like totally against the Batman character. Anyway, and it's a damn shame for Jack Nixon. This is the one and only film being the Joker, man. I hate like these superhero TV shows and films that you have an established character who's already fleshed out, and also they end up getting killed off. I wish they actually keep that villain for a future project. I'd rather just keep Joker for a future film, and it's a shame. And also, like that Alicia Hunt got killed. Of like she was one of the models when Joker is one scene of this film, like he's promoting his product that able to kill people, like laugh people to death. She's one of these models, and then when she was wearing the mask, you can tell her skin was got some scars around her face, and I think Joker said that she commits suicide. people say like, oh, I watched one clip on YouTube says, oh, Alicia Hunt, Harley Quinn, but people gotta realize Harley Quinn, that was before Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn was made for, she's right now in comics, but before that she was never made for the comics. She was made for the Batman animated show from the 90s, and then she ended up becoming like a cult, like popular character, and she end up in comics. So like it's teasing that one day Joker gonna have a female companion, and then I think like this Alicia Hunt, I don't think they fleshed it out very well, but she could be like this female. I think teasing that she could be a Harley Quinn. If they made it before the 90s. But anyway, you know, it's it's like planting the seeds of Harley Quinn because like people say Joker cares about himself. He doesn't care about everybody, but sometimes he cares about Harley, even though like Harley Quinn is the Joker's hench girl. Like, but you can tell like Joker sometimes, mostly Harley has some feelings of each other. Even though Joker's mostly a psychopath. So I think that's it. I think I covered most of it. Anyway, so yeah, and also I feel like in the start of this film, the police denying the rumors about the Batman when they saw the Batman the first time in that chemical factory. They're not like I've seen a lot of Batman, like the great example Arkham Origin, and I think like in the first few episodes of the Batman and the Batman anime series, you have the police going after Batman. They didn't do it in this film. They kind of like work together, introduce the bat symbol. I think how are you gonna fit that? I think that they just I don't know wasted an opportunity on hey we're gonna have the police officers shooting down Batman because they don't know what side Batman is. Is he like like in Arkham Origin, Gordon despise Batman because he's worse than the villains because he confront Batman in that game that we don't see villains or criminals with broken bones and missing teeth. But anyway, Gordon and Batman have that working relationship. And I think one in some cartoons and films and games and comics that he once again Gordon despises Batman because his daughter's working with him. Barbara becomes Batgirl, and the rest is history. So the soundtrack is good. I think people will glass ceiling this film. It hasn't flaws, but I don't say it's a bad movie. I think it's you can say number one or number two best Batman films of the 90s compared to the Joel Schumacher films. That's just campy, it's just cartoonish. It was basically those films between Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. It's just sending the characters, the Batman, into the wrong direction. I think with the Tim Burton films, they kind of like get with the times. It's dark, it's gritty. Like and also this film was set in. I think the first two films were set in like in the 1930s, 1940s, or maybe in the 60s. Like with the the Dark Knight films, and plus the recent Batman films from in the DC EU that was set in modern times. Depending on what direction if the character go. Do you want to put the Batman in the 1930s or you put the Batman into the modern times? We don't know. It's basically a gamble. So I think it kind of worked. But anyway, then that's it. There's a lot. I think I covered most of it. I'm gonna brief talk about Harvey Dent. I think he's the wrong person to be Harvey Dent. I think he could be. I could see him being like Lucius Fox. Because he was a black man. He helped with Bruce in the past, developing the bat suit and the Batmobile and the Batwing. That was also a good piece of technology. And anyway, but besides that, him as Harvey Dent, give me a break. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. So yeah, that's my review of Batman from 1989. What's your thoughts on Batman? Is it a good film? Is it a bad film? Is it like in the middle? Who knows? Write down in the comment section below. For me, it's a good film. Not a great one, but a good film. Anyway, so leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later. And by the way, this is the first time I'm doing or making a video on this app called Film Forth. Mostly I do my videos, whether it's wrestling and superhero TV shows and movie reviews, on an app called Power Director. I'm making this review on my on my laptop. Mostly I make my videos on my phone, so I give it something different for a change. So anyway guys, I'm out.